Hi, how are you? Chris Quinlan here, Drumshow. This is a little bit of an addendum to a little bit of an extra to what I've posted about getting good sound for all your YouTube clips and Facebook, 15-second little clips and snippets and covers and all of that sort of stuff. So what I've done is, as far as the last episode I did, was all about pricing up something that doesn't break the bank. So what it was the price of the cymbal was $750. The minor cymbal that I said, I can get you good sound for the price of a good cymbal. $750 for a minor Byzance Benny Greb Sandcrash Right. And what I'm doing now is just doing a little bit of an extra on how to get that sound into your computer and all that. Because as a bit of a follow-up, what happened was I've got a lot of inquiries about, that's terrific, but how do I get it into my computer, right? So let me show you my setup. I've got an Apple setup here, and what's on the screen here is Final Cut Pro, okay? But you can just use iMovies and things like that, or if you've got Windows, whatever the equivalent is, right? Now, the thing about it is you would have recorded your drumming or whatevering onto the basic setup that I sort of advised from the last episode, and now you've got it in your computer, perhaps in GarageBand if it's Apple. It comes with any Apple laptop or whatever, and what I've done is I've actually played for my next little batch of shows. And in between, I'm just going to show you what I do to synchronize things up. Now, one of the things that you want to do is essentially just count yourself in, okay, with drumming. Now, what it is do it a little bit more. Just go click, 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 because you're going to need that to synchronize the vision to the audio. Okay, just like a clapperboard, when you see a clapperboard in movie outtakes, scene 7, take 14, click, and all that. That's for the editor, so he knows what he's, what he's doing. So what I'm going to do now is just quickly show you what I've got here with Final Cut Pro. Now, this can be any kind of equivalent when you're dealing with any basic video program, right? Now, what I'm doing here is, if you have a look, there's the vision, all right, of me, sort of thing. And here is essentially my 5 camera shoot that I use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With Final Cut Pro, what happens is it's essentially, if I just do this, take that out, you see all the blue lines there, right? You've got all these, I've got 6 blue lines. Now, the bottom one is simply my audio track, okay? So that's my audio track for my vision to link up with, okay? Now, if you take a really close look, they are my stick clicks, you see. Do you see? Click, click, click. I'll just press play, and you can see what's going on. Now, the sound's going to be terrible, but look. Can you see? It just went click, 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 click. So I'm out of sync, you see? So what I'm going to do is, because you guys and gals out there are most likely just going to be using one camera angle, say from your iPhone or whatever it is, what I'm going to do is essentially just use this one, okay? And that's my recording, right, that I have to link up with. Now, I'm out of whack. Can you see if I go really close? Oop, there it is. I'm out of whack by about a couple of frames. So what I have to do is synchronize that up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm essentially going to mute all those channels. So what I've got to do is highlight the bottom 2 tracks, so you can see that I've got the little yellow band around. I've highlighted them essentially, and then I go up to here, and it's essentially my mute. So did you see everything else went black, or dark grey at least? So I'm only dealing with these two lines here, okay? And then what I do is just highlight that one. I'll press play, and you should just hear click, 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 click. See, it's out of whack. Okay, I'll turn it up a bit. See that? Or hear that? See, I'm out of whack. Click, 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 click. All out of whack. All right, so I've got to synchronize it. So what happens is, for me to synchronize on, at least on Final Cut Pro, what happens is the video, most videos are either 25 frames per second or 30 frames per second, okay, when you're just dealing with basic video. So what happens is that these are the full stop button and the comma. Well, the full stop sends me to the right for half a frame, and the comma to the left for half a frame, okay? You can see the gunginess of the keys. I use it a lot. Anyway, and so what happens is I have to go back here and essentially take that, okay, to, maybe I'll do this one because you can see it a bit better. But you see, they're out of whack, so I have to take this one and move it along, do you see? And that's what happens there. Now, then, that's just manually, okay, just doing it like that. There it is there, so I'll press play. It's closer, and then if you can see it, I'm pressing. There, I've got it. Now, on one pass, I go back. Now in sync. Do you see? I've got it synchronized. Now, so that's in sync. Everything seems to be okay. Now listen. Isn't that the most god-awful sound you've ever heard, right? So what I have to do now, right, is to actually take away the camera mic, all right? So I've used the camera mic, right? You can see all that there. And I've used the camera mic to get it synced up. You can see it from the audio track. You see, that's the audio track. And this little fella here, the little strip, I might actually do this. Hang on. Make it bigger for you. There it is. That's a bit better. I should have probably done that before. But what goes on is, that's obviously my vision from my GoPro style camera. It's a Sony. It's quite good. Actually, in many cases, it's better than a GoPro because it has 18 megapixels where the GoPro only has 11. So even though I'm rubbishing the camera mic quality, the actual vision is excellent. Okay, I better say that. So what I've done is, if I take this back again, come on, there we go. So if I start from here, press play. There it is there. I've got it synced up. Can you see what's going on? There it is. So that's fine. Plenty of clicks there. So do plenty of clicks. Talk as you turn everything on, like hello, check 1, 2, 3, 4, everything that a sound guy would do, and use that to link your vision up. I do it because, as you can see, for me, when you have more than one camera, what starts to happen is that you have, you know, a whole line of vision to link up. So just doing that takes me quite a while. You know, around about 2 glasses of wine on average. Anyway, so there's all that. So once I've got that going, okay, so I'm back up to here. I hope you're getting something out of this. And once you've got this, okay, what happens then is that you simply take this, right? And you can see my little arrow there, I hope. Can you see my little arrow? I'll get it as close as I can. And see that? Now there's that, and I'll just get rid of it. Hang on. Bang, gone. So what happens is now, what you can see is essentially my audio track there. There's the audio track, all of this stuff. And there's my vision with the camera mic, the crappy camera mic sound taken out. Okay, so let's have a listen to it now. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Bring it down a bit. Now all of this is with this camera mic, okay? But you see, that's what's going on. Hopefully everything's all right. The echo you get is deliberate. I'm using triggers, and here it comes. There it is there. I'm off. There it is. Press stop. So this is a little bit of an extra from my Drumshow 660, all about getting good sound for, good sound for your YouTube clips and whatnot, Facebook clips and all that, and how to upload it. Now, basically, I've got, if you have a look at this, I've got the micro cards from my camcorder, and I've got them numbered. I've got 5 cameras, so I've got them just numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have a little slot in my computer where I just put them in and then upload, and that's fine. But what often happens is if you don't have that on your computer, you've got a USB in for your camera, okay, or perhaps FireWire or whatever it might be. I actually have a very old camcorder here, and I really love the sound going in. So I actually put my sound recording into this, which is the grey area track, just the audio track here. Do you see? So that goes into that, you see, and I've had that since 2002, so it's quite old, but I don't use it for vision anymore. I just use my Handycams and 4 other camcorders, which are dirt cheap actually. I use BenQ M23s, which were quite cheap, but they give me good sound, good vision, I should say. That's the vision there, and I bought 4 of them. So one of the things with Channel 31 and community TV is they'll recommend a great camcorder, but the camcorder's like $500 or $600, and if you really want a top-notch one, they go into the $2,500, $3,000 things. But what I always said to Channel 31 is it's all well and good when you do take one and then you reset the shot for an interview and that's take 2 and you're just using the one camcorder. But I'm on a 4-camera shoot that goes around in circles, you see. So whatever recommendation that Channel 31 gave me for cameras, I would have to multiply the cost by 4 for at least a 4-camera shoot for what I've been doing for so many years. So I just went a cheaper model and don't use the camera mic at all. Actually, they're banned for broadcast these days. You need a shotgun mic or anything like that for interviews these days. You actually are told don't use the camera mic. So the vision's fine, but this is one of these things. If you want to get a show reel, anything at all, for your, just for your drumming or your band or whatever it might be. So I hope this goes some way to actually, getting everything going. As I said, the last show that I did, Drumshow number 660, was all about not breaking the bank and getting decent equipment. And I believe it came nearly $100 under my budget. Now, if you've got $1,000, buy another mixer with, say, 6 inputs instead of 4, so you can stick other things in or whatever, that kind of thing. But at least it's a start, you see. And you just keep adding and adding and adding. In the studios, when I've done sessions and things, it's quite interesting because you walk in and initially it's, everything's schmick and everything's, so expensive and all of this. But then a little emergency happens. They run out of channels for the drum sound or whatever. They need an extra mic here or they need a special sound. And I've seen guys like Alan Zavod, who played with Frank Zappa and is famous in his own right. lay down a track on a $200 Casio, like a little, almost like a child's toy and things like that. And talking about Casio, the Sakata ads, Sakata, that's straight out of a little $50 Casio unit. As soon as I heard that ad, I've got the little Casio unit in the other room where the little drum beat comes from. So you'll be surprised at what goes on in some recording studios and in gigs and things. Even just a cheap $100 mic where, certain guys turn their noses up because it's not the top of the line Sennheiser or something, but the little $100 mic. All of a sudden the Sennheiser goes missing or it breaks down or something happens to it. And then next thing you know, your gig is saved by this little $100 microphone that you use for what I call guerrilla recording, sort of thing. You've got to get in there by stealth and just get it done and get back home and, put it to air, that kind of thing. So these kinds of things have literally saved me when I've gone out to film artists and all of this sort of stuff, for the days of when the drum show is called Melbourne Musos. I only changed the name because it went national sort of thing. So there you go. So I hope you get something out of this. This is a little extra, okay, a little bit of an extra addendum to show 660. Let me quickly go over it again. I'm using Apple Final Cut Pro. I believe it's version 10.2, if I remember correctly. One of the things you want to be able to do when you're syncing things up is to make sure you have, you just click your sticks for a counting, however long you need. Try and do it for about 20 seconds because that's how long you need to use these little fellas here, to frame it up. Now on Final Cut Pro, what you've got is the full stop is essentially to the right and the comma is to the left, half a frame at a time. Once you've got it, you can then edit and all this sort of business what you need. Now, to give you an idea very quickly with this, is when you're editing this particular program, I'll go do it the long way so you can see it, but you see all these little things here. You just go down to blade, see the little razor blade, and then what you do is you literally just cut. Do you see? And you see how it's just changed in two, and there it is there. And that's what goes on there. Now, there's, if you've got GarageBand, you can download, or upload, I should say, your recording. Once it's, you've got a decent mix out of your mixer and stuff, you upload your recording, all that, you finalize it, and with Apple, I think there's a little thing there from memory that just basically says prepare or something like that, prepare for iMovies. And then you just go into iMovies. Now, this for Apple, I'm not plugging Apple. It's the last show I had a disclaimer where I'm only endorsed by DW Drums, Meinl Cymbals, ProMark Sticks and Evans Drumheads. So I'm not getting a cent from Apple. Neither am I getting a cent from Windows. If you've got Windows, use your equivalent for that. Get yourself a little package. The Alesis mixer comes with software built in, so you just load it up and away you go. But the one that I sort of know better is iMovies, and what happens with that is that you upload upload your drumming onto GarageBand. There's a button there somewhere that finalize or prepare for iMovies, and then it goes straight across to iMovies, and then you do everything that I was just showing you then, okay? Now, one of the things about that is that, of course, there's a Windows equivalent that you can do the same stuff with and all that, and then you finalize that, you go to, say, QuickTime Movie or whatever it might be, and this is my show. And if I do that, there's that's the show you would have seen. I'll just fast forward it.
What to get? How can you do that?
And that's show 660.
I've got lots of microphones.
There you go. Great sound, $700. So that's the show that I put up and sent off, and that is now on my QuickTime player. Okay, so that's what happens there. And for you guys, all you do then is go and press share. There's the share. Go there. Facebook, Flickr, YouTube, set. away you go. So I hope you're getting something out of the show. Just press the button, you're up, there you go, got good sound. And that's a little bit about being able to share your or get all your stuff together for a show reel, whatever it is that you want to do, and just go that extra half an hour to an hour to get everything done. Now, as you can see, I'm on a 5-camera shoot, so I'll be here for the rest of the afternoon, and that's why I drink. Anyway, and and neither does Carlton and United Breweries endorse me either. Okay, so anyway, I hope you get something out of it. My name's Chris Quinlan. This is the Drum Show, a little bit of an extra. This isn't episode 661 per se, I don't think. Oh, it might end up being that. We'll see how we go. But at the moment, it's just the sequel to what I was showing you with my previous episode. Okay, hope you get something out of it. Okay, take care. See you later.